Shalom, yasharahla. I'm going to start this lesson by giving all praise, all glory, all honor, all blessing, all truth, all wisdom belong to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Yekakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone that teach us well and will well to the Akakodash, and salutation to Akim that's in highways and byways doing this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. To this lesson, it's about evil E, the accuser of our brethren, the devil the Bible speak of, right? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, right? His perpetual hate is being declared, right? It's the perpetual hate they have for us. Continue the everlasting hate they have for yasharahla, for your so-called black Latinos and American. Continue. Okay, you have one pastor, okay, and the brother's been making lesson about it, man. I'm just making continue on it, right, to show you Esau Edom perpetual hate still gonna continue, because it's not about skin color, it's about the blessing, okay, and that's why they hate us, and that's why they're accusing us day and night in the eyes of Yahweh, Yahushua Mashiach, right, and that's the perfect time, okay, and to show you, the accuser of our brethren, okay, the accuser of our brother day and night is at it again. Continue, man, okay. Let's bring this article. This from War Story. Mega pastor called for executing rebellious black men citing Old Testament. You see, this guy don't. I call this thing. How should I say? Take the hood out your own eye. They're not trying to clean their own house, but they're trying to clean our house. Why? Because they have to hate for us, right? We're not saying, is Jake rebellious? Of course, Jake is rebellious. Especially the so-called black men, Latino men, Native American. We're rebellious against Yahweh power by Hashem Yahushai. But it's just like to show you that Esau Edom, they're gonna bring the pen out here, okay? Mega pastor called for executing rebellious black men citing Old Testament. Mega pastor Brian Sovek called for rebellious black men to be executed according to biblical standards during a recent podcast interview, according to a new report. Right Wing Watch report Monday that Sovek suggested state authorities should kill black men according to the law prescribed in Deuteronomy 21 of the Bible, of the Christian Bible. The passage said parents should take a rebellious child to the center of town and have the community elders stone them to death for being a glutton and a drunkard, right? Okay. Sovek made the statement in a recent episode of the King's Hall podcast where he co-hosts with Christian nationalist preacher Eric Cohn. Sovek and Cohn both preach at Refuge Church in Utah. According to the report, when we made this generalization, one of the purpose of it is for policymakers to make the kind of policy movement in terms of law and order that will usher into change over time of that culture. Sovek said during the podcast episode, one of them would be something like the law of Moses and Deuteronomy 21 concerning rebellious child. Okay, this guy spiritually is saying like we are the Israelites, because the law was made. That law was made for Israelites. That means this means saying to the spirit that we are Israelites. If you take that and you take a law like Deuteronomy 21, which is just a law that got enacted to Moses, the law was that if you have a rebellious son, you have a child who's coming up into their manhood, and they're rebellious, they don't listen, they list some characteristics, and even though they're disciplined, they will not turn. He said the father is to bring them out in the town square, and if this is a rebellious son, then they stone him to death. He continued, they'll kill him. Consider that an armed robber will similarly fall into that category. Our armed robber, all the ghetto culture, basically the ghetto culture, it will describe this as T. Survey said, if you did that over 3 generations, how much violent crime will you have in the 3rd or 4th generation? Much, much less, you see? Didn't Esau rob Babylon, America, and 24 corners of the earth? So that means, the biggest robber is Esau Edom. It's the so-called white man. Esau Edom robbed a whole continent of men. A whole nation, not just a whole nation of men. It's starting with the Judah, with tribe of Judah, and then the northern kingdom, the southern kingdom, and northern kingdom. Okay. Let's go to let me see. Take Exodus 21. Is it Exodus? Let's see. Is it 21? Let me see. Exodus 22, verse 1. If a man shall steal an ox, okay, let me see. Okay. Exodus 21, verse 16. He that stealeth a man and selleth him, if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death. Esau Edom steal a whole nation of people, starting with the southern kingdom and northern kingdom. Okay? And selling him, if he be found in his hand, he shall be put to death. The judgment was shot with Esau Edom, the so-called white man, the biggest robber, the biggest armed robber. Okay? There's still men, there's still land, there's still cattle and everything else. And there's still the whole earth through the sword. That means Esau Edom, the so-called white man, should be the first one to be put to death, actually, according to his words. Okay? Okay? And that was it. And now let's bring some scriptures, man, okay, to show you that Esau Edom will never have accountability, right? They don't want to be accountable for the crime, for the worst crime they have done against humanity, against the whole earth. Okay? They also have to bring vengeance upon Esau Edom, the so-called white man, right? Let's go to Psalm 36, right? Psalm 36. To the chief musician, a Psalm of David, the servant of the Lord. The transgression of the wicked say with my heart that there is no fear of God before his eyes. For he flattered himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. You see? That's the man that flattering himself right there. Esau flattered himself in his own eyes. He act like he didn't do anything wrong. Everything that's done that done wrong in Babylon is the so-called black man, Latinos, and American. Okay, because at the end of the day, he flattered himself. That's why he called himself white. Okay, innocent. Okay, pure. Let's see what the word flatter means, right? To divide, share, plunder, allot, apportion, assign. Okay? See? To be smooth, slippery, deceitful. To be smooth, slippery, to be smooth, to flatter. Esau, all those things you see right here, towards flatter, kalak, okay?
Strong's H2505. Halak.
Halak, okay? See? Halak, right? That's Esau Edom. He flatter himself, for he flatter himself and his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. And their blind conceit, they cannot see how wicked they really are. That's the NLT. See, send whisper to the wicked deep within their heart. They have no fear of God at all. And their blind conceit, they cannot see how wicked they are. Everything they say is crooked and deceitful. They refuse to act wisely or do good. See? Esau, the so-called white men, refuse, okay, to act wisely or do good. They refuse to be accountable for their crime against humanity. Because they're not going to bring themselves to justice. Temosa Yahweh has to send his son Yahushua Mashiach to bring this man to justice, man. Verse 4. He devised mischief upon his bed. He said it himself in a way that is not good. He abhorred not evil. See? The man say evil things against us. But he doesn't hate evil because he's still doing evil and speak evil against his own brother. Okay? And let's go to Psalm 55. Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. His word is of his mouth was smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His word was softer than oil, yet their drawn sword. He burned the Bible. He burned the Bible out, man. Acting like what he's saying is for our good. But spiritually, what this man said, he just said, for him to use that law, all he's saying, we are the Israelites. At the end of the day, that's exactly what this man is saying. Okay? Let's go into NLT. His word as smooth as butter, but in his heart is war. His word as soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers. Because this man always want to war against Jacob. Because they have a perpetual hate for us, man. Okay? And let's go to Psalm 50, instead of 16. Psalm 50, verse 16. He's in the Bible. But unto the wicked, the Most High said, what has thou to do to declare my statutes? This man went up in the Bible and go to Deuteronomy 21. That means this man is declaring the statutes of Yahweh power by Hashem Yahshua. Is declaring the law of the Most High shall be used. And that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth. And this man opened the Bible and take the covenant in his mouth. Because you go to Deuteronomy 21, that's part of the law. If you go what statutes mean, right? Let's go to statutes. Ordinance, limit something, prescribe, do. The Lord prescribed those laws to Israel. And this man going and those laws to say the so-called black man should be put to death for being rebellious. Okay? Decree, specific decree, law in general. The Lord is speaking to this man. Okay? Seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my word behind you. When it was time for him to use those laws against their own self, they didn't do it. But now they want to use that law against us. Even the law is for us. Okay? And the Lord used that law against us at the end of the day. Okay? When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him. See? Doesn't put the finger at his forefathers for being thief and armed robbers, but they put the finger at us. And have been partaker with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and that strong firm deceit, and added that tongue firm deceit by the laws they want to pass against Jacob, and all those wicked things they want to do to Jacob, man. Those sitters and speakers against that brother, those slanderers that own mother's son. Because black culture is Esau Edom, the so-called white man culture. Because remember, those people bring us into captivity. They take our nationality away from us. They take our laws, our way of life away from us, and give us our own culture, man. The culture they call black culture is Esau Edom, the so-called white man culture. Those things have though done, and I kept silence, that thou taught us that I was altogether such as ones as thyself, but I will prove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. Okay? And the Most High set us before their eyes right now in order. Until the awakening is happening to you so-called black, Latinos, and American, and speckled birds that waking up to it for us to earth. And this man been revealed, okay, for the wicked that he is, man. Until it's gonna take this man down at the end of the day, man. Okay? And let's go to Revelation, man. Let's go to Revelation 12. Revelation 12, verse 10. And I heard the Lord's voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our God and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accuse them before our God day and night. That's exactly what this man is doing. This man is accusing, okay, our brother, man, okay, of being rebellious, but never put the finger on himself to say he is rebellious. Babylon, that's what Babylon mean. Babel. Esau, Edom, is name word, rebellions, okay? Confusion, rebellions, that's Esau, Edom. Esau, Edom is name word. And America is Babylon, confusion, rebellion against the Most High. Okay? And it's now that it's being cast down, now they're wailing. They want to bring the heat out here. They're going to bring their wife out here, okay? Let's go to verse 12. Verse 11, and they overcome him by the blood of the Lamb, by the word of their testimony, and they love not their life unto death. This man going to bring death unto us. When he's speaking about so-called black being rebellious, what this man is speaking about is us, the prophets that he want to bring death upon, man. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and he that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he know it that he have but a short time. And that's exactly what this man want to do. Therefore, because this man want to bring great wrath upon the inhabitants of the earth, including us, because he know he got a short time. Okay? He want to bring that great wrath because he know that he have but a short time. And he going to bring that heat. He going to bring the pain. Because remember, Psalm 17, right? And 13. Remember, it's the sword of the Most High. Okay? Psalm 17, verse 13. Arise, O Yahweh power, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. And Esau is the wicked. Okay? That is the sword of the Yahweh power by Hashem Yahushua. And we pray that the Most High cast him down. And the Most High is casting this man down and bring us and put us in order in front of his face. And now he's mad. He's about to burn the wife. And now he's speaking in court to his government to use this law in the Bible to destroy yasharahla. Not only to come against the rebellious so-called black, Latinos, American men, but to come against the prophet and teachers too, man. That don't Esau Edom got all kind of wicked imagination, man. Okay, their heart is deep out here. They're taking deeper than we see. Okay. Let's go John 8 verse 44. John chapter 8 verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. Yahushua was speaking to the Israelites right here. This is Yahushua speaking to the wicked Israelites, right? But we're gonna use this thing for Esau Edom because those wicked Israelites was follow Esau Edom, the so-called women, the woman empire that put them in power, right? Okay. Let's go that again. John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father the devil, and the lust of your father you will do. He was a murderer from the beginning, and Esau is Cain reincarnated, because Cain was the first murderer, because he killed his brother Abel, right? And I abode not in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he speak of a lie, he speaketh of his own, for he is a liar and the father of it. And Esau Edom is a liar and the father of it. Okay? And he's speaking of a lie, man. Okay? Verse 44. For you are the children of your father, the devil, and you love to do evil things. He was a murderer from the beginning, and he have always hate the truth. And Esau have always hate the truth. Why I know he always hate the truth? Because the same law he want to apply for us, he didn't apply for himself. Okay? He was a murderer from the beginning. He has always hated the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he is consistent with his character. This is Esau's character, to be a liar, to be a hater, to hate Jacob, and to hate Jacob, man. To hate you so-called black Latinos American, and his character is never gonna change. When he lies, he's consistent with his character, for he's a liar and the father of lies. Okay? And that's Esau Edom for you, man. Okay? And let's go to Genesis to show you Esau, man. Hey, I've always hated us, man. Okay, for the blessing, right? Genesis 27, verse 41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning of my father are at hand. Then I will slay my brother Jacob. Esau, Edom, and the spirit have always hated Jacob and always wanted to slay Jacob. Now Esau, Edom is in his power right now. And in that power, that old hate that always been there, okay, that always continue, that's everlasting hate that they have to their father Esau, passed down to them, and it's continue, and they have to come. They're gonna come down with great wrath, because they know they got a short time, because they know the kingdom is coming to an end, and the Yahweh power gonna send his unbegotten son Yahushua Mashiach to bring the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of Israel, okay. And now they're mad, and they're gonna bring any by any same mean to bring the wife, to bring the hate upon Jacob, man. Okay, it's like it's saying Ezekiel 35, verse 5. Because do I have perpetual hate, and I shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of thy sword in the time of the calamity, and in the time of the iniquity have an end. See, our iniquity have an end, right? In the time of our calamity right now, and then our iniquity have an end, because they know our time of servitude, of time of slavery is coming to an end. They know that, because we're trying to be free from them. They know that, okay? But they're still gonna bring the heat out here. They're still gonna try to destroy us, man, because they are the ancient fowls, right? Again, in the spirit, because the Messiah had in their heart for them to do that. Therefore, as I live, said Jehovah power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. See, though I have not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. See, for them to want them to kill us, because for being rebellious, okay, against who? First of all, we've been rebellious against the Messiah. Yeah, the Messiah gonna put 2/3 of our people to death, man. We already know that already. But Esau, he don't wanna use the Bible to put us to death, while he didn't use the Bible to put himself to death for the wicked things they have done upon this earth. And that's an hypocrite and a liar. An hypocrite is a liar, and he's a devil, he's an accuser. Okay? He wanna accuse us of the same thing he does. And the thing he does 1,000 times worse. Okay? And that's who Esau Edom is, man. The so-called white man. And with that, I hope brothers and sisters edify. I'm gonna close this lesson by giving all praise, all glory, all honor, all blessing, all truth, all wisdom belong to our power, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem Okakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that teach us well and rule well. To the Akwakodash, and salutation to you, Akiam, that's in highways and byways doing this work, and truth and sincerity. Shalom, shalom.